I think it's working. Yes. Hey, what's up, guys? Not Super Mario here, and welcome to another stream. It's Saturday. WandaVision episode 5 recap is upon us. Yet again, we have Matits with me. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, everybody in the chat. If there's anybody, say hello, say hi, say whatever you want. And we are gonna start, of course, but today, unfortunately, we have to start with some bad, not the best news ever. We unfortunately lost one of the biggest movie legends. Christopher Plummer died yesterday. He was 91, I think. We don't know any circumstances. We don't know. Was it of old age? Was he ill or something? We don't know anything, but yeah, it's really sad to see such a big legend who was working for, I don't know, I think I saw it on IMDb that his first credit is from 1953, so
Oh,
for
wow.
like 70 years,
Yeah.
which is absolutely incredible. I loved his work since I've seen, like, the first movie that I've seen was Sound of Music. I've
Yeah.
seen that movie like 50 times probably. Yeah, and it's sad. It's really sad to see such a huge, iconic person in Hollywood to pass away. But yeah, life, shit
hmm
happens. I don't know how else to say it. Do you have anything else to say? What was your favorite movie of his? Uh,
I don't. I don't know because he was an actor that could like show up in anything and he would just be amazing in it. Like I really liked Knives Out from a couple of years ago. I thought he was great in there. Like you said, Sound of Music,
mhm.
and just like seeing him in some other like really corny movies like National Treasure.
Yeah.
You know, that was like amazing to see him there. So yeah, he did a lot of great work. I couldn't really pick one.
Yeah, I completely agree. And he really looked like somebody who was always up for pretty much anything. He was in that movie All the Money in the World, pretty much
Yeah.
saved the movie, got a nomination,
hmm
being the oldest nominee, I think, as well,
Yeah.
for an Oscar. And he was also in Star Trek. So yes, he did a lot of things, and like you said, he just popped in some random movies, and you're like, oh, Christopher Plummer, awesome. But yeah, like you said, Knives Out is probably the most recent movie that uh, everybody has seen him in. I don't know if he has anything else to for us to see. I don't know if he made any movies that hasn't been released yet. But yeah, it's sad news, and uh, wherever he is or whatever, hopefully we're gonna cherish his work forever, and that's one thing that we can look forward to. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's move on to some better news. Let's talk about WandaVision episode
Mm.
5. That's why we are here. Yeah, I mean, what an episode! What an episode!
Yeah.
So yeah, start away, Matits. Overall thoughts. What would you
It,
say?
it, it was great. It was amazing. I loved it. Ending was great. Just the just the episode overall was fun. It's just fun, you know. It's just that type of show that you just can watch. You don't want it to end and just want to watch this reality, multiple realities, just play out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of repeating myself. I say that every single episode is better, but
hmm
honestly, it is. Just
Yeah,
because it reveals so much with every single episode, the world gets bigger, the stakes get bigger, and it was phenomenal from the beginning till the end. I mean, the end was. We're gonna talk about the end a little bit later. But as always, this is a spoiler heavy review, so if you haven't seen the episode, watch this stream anyway. Just put it on mute because we're gonna go full spoilers. Because I think this episode in particular, it's really hard to talk about it without any spoilers.
yeah,
And I think that's the reason why we don't get a lot of footage in the trailers from like forward on. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna get like a spot in the next few days for the next episode, like a
Maybe,
promo
yeah.
thing. But yeah, it's really hard to talk about this show without spoilers. But yeah, let's start with the episode. We are in the 80s. So the beginning is like Full House type of thing. We see a happy family with baby vision, which was one of the best things I've ever seen. Even though we know he was never a baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, now they are a happy family with quotations on it. And they've got kids. Like in the first few seconds, like in first few minutes, let's say, a lot of things happen that were kind of like, what the actual heck is happening? The first thing that we have to mention is the magic, however you call Wanda's powers, don't work on their kids. Because she's trying to like find a shortcut to make them quiet. And it doesn't work. So are they so powerful that they don't allow her to do what she wants? Or is it just that with her power she cannot affect them? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there.
And also we see like in the next minute when Agnes appears, that she wants to do the scene again, which was like, what? Why? What's going on? Even Vision was the audience at that moment. He was like, yeah, and it opens a question: who really is in control of this world? Why was Agnes predicting what should happen? And why was Wanda okay with that and still trying to like tell Vision that everything's okay? It was weird.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening, and it kind of like looked like that. Also, Wanda was kind of like taken back by that statement. It's kind of like, yeah, why is Agnes aware of all of this? Because later in the episode we see Norm not being aware of it until Vision wakes him up.
Yep.
So it's very like, okay, but I don't know what's happening here. Definitely Agnes is something more than
Just
it
Agnes.
seems. Yeah, something more than it seems for now.
And also, now that we are talking about Agnes, like in a few scenes next after that, we see Wanda using her powers in front of her, and she says absolutely nothing. She's like, yeah, sure, okay, it's happening. And Vision is once again, what the heck are you doing? I mean, we are trying to blend in, and Wanda says, why should we? I mean, I am done pretending. I'm trying to be myself, and you should be too. So
Also the kids. The
kids grow in front of her.
Agnes, yeah.
But also kids grow twice. First from babies to 5-year-olds, then from 5-year-olds to 10-year-olds. So I'm wondering, are the kids doing that? Or is there somebody else? Because it's not Wanda. Wanda doesn't want them to grow up so fast.
I don't know, because Agnes is in the room both times, right? When they grow old. Yeah,
True
so
that.
maybe there could be something there. But also a little like funny thing that I noticed when the Vision is kind of like unhappy with Wanda showing her powers in front of Agnes. But like he did that 2 episodes ago with the Doctor.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, that was like weird. But okay, that was a panic moment in that episode. So
and
I'll
Wanda
give it
did
that.
it on purpose. So it looks like Wanda doesn't really care, or do Wanda and Agnes somehow have an agreement of what is going on? Does Agnes know more than we are aware? I think she does. I mean, she is the only one in the Westview so far that hasn't been identified by the sword. So she has to be somebody else or something more that so far has been perceived. So I cannot wait what that means. Of course, we know Agnes, Agatha Harkness. We talked about that a lot of times. She could be a much more important character than we see for now. But yeah, who knows? Agnes could be like a witch or something. I don't know. But I think what is so awesome about Agnes is that Catherine Hahn is doing an absolute incredible job at portraying her, just because how easily it is for her to switch from decades, from just being aware and all of a sudden an actor in this shenanigans, whatever it is. I think Catherine Hahn is like amazing. Like everybody is amazing. I mean, if there's something that we really can praise, even for people who like hasn't seen a single Marvel thing, if you would watch this show, you would be like, yes, confused, that's for sure. But you can really appreciate how good acting is. So that's awesome. Sparky the dog. This dog is a thing from the comics. Unfortunately, he appears and then he disappears.
Yeah.
Which is sad. But if you know comics, Wanda does bring him back. We have that moment with the kids, like, Mom, you can bring him back. I mean, and then she explains them that you cannot bring death back even if you want it so much. But her abilities would say different. I think she is able to do those stuff. But for now, we haven't seen them. Because I think Vision for now has been a corpse dangling around and she just is creating a reality that she wants.
No.
But who knows? I think he's gonna be back. What do you think? Is he gonna be back?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to predict this stuff.
Yeah, but on the topic of Sparky the dog, so he supposedly died from Agnes's bushes.
Yeah.
Why would Agnes have poisonous bushes in this perfect world?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did Agnes kill them?
Yeah.
Huh? Do you think that Agnes?
Yeah, I think she did. Yeah.
Because if her agenda is for the kids to be grown up as fast as they can be, maybe that's why she killed the dog. So that's my prediction. But yeah, it was a sad moment because you could see in Wanda's eyes that she's like, she tried what they are saying her to, like, for her to try. She tried, and she's trying right now to have this perfect life. But it is working in a way, but I think it's gonna go kaboom very, very soon.
Yeah, I think so too.
Another thing that we have to talk about is Hayward bad?
I mean, there was that play on words in the episode. That could be like a funny
Zinger.
Laughing at the audience because they knew for sure that people aren't going to trust him. He definitely has some bigger agenda here, but I don't think he's a big bad of this show. But I could be wrong.
I mean, he could be just like another person in charge who has another agenda. So that's what that agenda is. We don't know yet, but we know that he had Vision's corpse, and Wanda was like, nah, this is my corpse. I'm gonna dangle it around. But the thing is, if, like we see in that shot where Wanda has taken the corpse away, the corpse was dismembered like all over the place. So I'm sure they were doing something with that corpse. I mean, I don't know, doing research or making weapons. Who knows? I mean, Vision is a very powerful being, or was. So there's a lot of possibilities there. What Hayward was trying to do. But I think he's a bad guy. I mean, the connotation in that scene was like, he's a terrorist. That was awesome. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? But like you said, I don't think he's the the big bad of this show. I think it's somebody else. And we move on to Monica Rambeau. She had a lot of things to do in this episode.
Yeah, yeah.
We got dropped yet again Captain Marvel, and she didn't look particularly happy about that.
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
That look, I don't know. It's probably something that they're going to explore more in the Captain Marvel too. I think it's for now. It's just kind of like that type of direction. You're going to have a bad or kind of like a shady reaction to that line, but we're going to explore it more later. So I think that there's going to be falling out of some kind.
Maybe she's just upset because Captain Marvel left and never came back. Could be the thing.
But it's not. I don't think that's true. I think she did come back.
I mean, I would understand if she resents her if she really didn't come back, and with everything that happened with Maria, she had cancer, and Captain Marvel was never there, and they were best friends. So I would understand that. But yeah, the look on her face told us everything, and I'm sure we are gonna explore that in the future.
Or maybe Maria's cancer had something to do with like with Captain Marvel's radiation that she's kind of like putting out there because of the Tesseract that
Could be.
gave her powers. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, that potentially would upset Monica for sure. And also on the topic of Monica, I didn't really notice that when I was watching the show for the first time, but for the second time, did you see when that scientist or whatever was doing some like blood tests and everything, when she shows the X-ray thingy or whatever it was blank.
Yeah, people are saying she has powers now.
Yep. Yeah, I heard that as well.
That could be true because I don't know anything about like these characters from the comic books and everything, so I just really didn't that scene didn't mean that much to me because I didn't have that knowledge from before. But yeah, now when people are saying it could be true.
Yeah, I think there is something to it just because everybody was kind of surprised that everybody that was in the room, Darcy, the scientist, and Monica as well, why there's nothing there, because it should be. And I think that she has powers in the comics, so that could potentially mean that because she was in this Westview anomaly, or however they call it, that she got powers. So that's gonna be interesting in the future if that's really true. But also Monica and Jimmy and Darcy are exploring more of what this anomaly is, and we got to hear the hex magic for the first time. This is the magic that Wanda is using, and it's from the comics. Hex for the hexagonal shape of the world and everything. So that's a thing. And we also got the confirmation that Wanda is warping reality because she changed Monica's Kevlar vest into pants that are bulletproof. So we now know that at least that is something that she's doing, warping reality the way she wants. But I still think there is somebody else trying to mess with her reality in a way that somebody else wants. But yeah, it was interesting to see, like, I was like, why the heck are you pulling the gun and shooting pants? But it was fun to see that. Also, they put the drone in to see if they can get closer to Wanda, and they do. And it was interesting that the way that Anomaly works, because it was in the 80s, they put the 80s tech, even though, if I'm completely honest, that drone didn't look something from the 80s.
Yeah, it was very futuristic.
Yeah, very futuristic. But anyway, they get in, and then Wanda gets out. And her accent was
Yeah, her accent and her outfit.
Yeah, and her
She has
outfit,
her
and
outfit.
the hair was like she
Yeah,
had
yeah,
it
yeah.
in at the end of Endgame,
Hmm.
and I think that was the confirmation of the that she is the villain. Maybe we have a bigger villain,
Yeah,
but she really
yeah.
is the villain.
I think there's going to be a. I have a feeling that there is a big bad of this show, but by the end of this show, Wanda will become a full-on threat and
Yeah.
a full-on villain. I think if I would have to bet on it, I would say that.
I mean, she comes out in her outfit, her endgame look, with her accent,
Hmm.
and she said that she has everything that she wanted, so don't mess with that again. So she knows Hayward. I think the look that she made uh, to Hayward was like they know each other. I mean, I mean, of course, everybody knows Wanda, but I think there was something more personal there.
Maybe.
And then she uses her powers, and every single army guy uh, aims at Hayward.
Mm.
And if I was the director and creator, at that moment I would kill him because that would really show, oh my god, she is the bad bitch
Yeah.
of the show and don't mess with Wanda. But it didn't happen. But she did change the aesthetic from that
Yeah.
bluish something to her red purple color. And now I don't know if that means she increased the powers or whatever. I don't know what that was,
I
but
don't know. I don't know. Maybe
it
the surveillance is even stronger now, or
yeah.
that they can't get in no way now. Because they send the drone in. Maybe the fence is now even greater, so they can send anything else through there.
Yeah, it could be. It looked badass. That scene was badass,
Mm.
and it really showed us don't mess with Wanda. And I'm sure we're gonna get more of that because they're gonna try. Sword and Monica and everybody on the outside is gonna try, really try to like get in and save Wanda, or maybe
I don't
prevent her
know.
from doing something.
I think that people who are because Hayward is giving orders, I think that he will try to destroy her. But Monica and Jimmy and Darcy will be on our side, like uh, not trying to harm her.
Yeah, I think, I mean, Monica clearly said many times in this episode that she thinks that Wanda is not trying to do any harm, even though, yes, I mean, I kind of understand Hayward, like, she has hostages, like, a lot of them.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're put in there against their will, which clearly screams criminal. But I can understand where Monica is coming from, and I like that she really took a stand and really is trying to help Wanda, not harm her. But yeah, Hayward has other ideas for that. But yeah, I had another question. Well, not a question, but another thing that
Okay.
happened with Monica. She mentioned an aero engineer and texted her. I don't know. Was it clearly said like her or him? I don't know.
No, she just said aerial engineer.
Aerial
That was it.
engineer. And of course, people went crazy because who's the biggest aerial engineer that everybody would want to see? Mr. Fantastic. Of course, Reed
Yeah.
Richards from Fantastic Four. We know that Fantastic Four are happening in the near future, I'm sure. I mean, Phase 5, probably. I don't know, Phase 4. Who knows? So, does that mean that we're gonna get Fantastic Four, or at least somebody from Fantastic Four in the show? Or maybe it's
Yeah.
somebody else. There's this character called Blue Marvel that is also connected to Captain Marvel, who is an aerial engineer, and it's very important to Monica Rambeau in comics. So it could be him. But of course,
Yeah, I
everybody
think
could.
that yeah, whoever it is, I think that we're gonna get that person in the show because I don't think it's that type of Easter egg that it's kind of like, yeah, we're gonna put it here and then we will explore it more in the future
Yeah,
products. I think that it's gonna happen in this show. So whoever it is, we will know by the end of the show.
yeah, for sure. I mean, she says that he or she can help us like for this problem right now. So, like you said, I'm sure that whoever it is, it's gonna appear. And also for people who like really want like Mr. Fantastic, that doesn't mean that he's already Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. If it is a member of Fantastic Four, it could be just a setup of the character
Yeah,
here.
it could
just
be like
yeah,
I mean, it could be like Reed Richards for sure. It could be, but it's
yeah.
somebody like, and they cast an actor already, but I doubt he is really Mr. Fantastic.
yeah, and I wanted to say like they set up Andy Serkis in Age of Ultron.
It could be something like that.
It could be something like that, putting a character here.
So I'm sure we're gonna get that character probably in the next episode already, just because we got a shot of that vehicle trying to get through the anomaly or this barrier. So I think we're gonna get the character in the next episode, which yes, please come on, show us more. And I really like that we got a longer episode this time. It was more than 30 minutes, and I think from now on we're gonna get even longer episodes. I think.
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to the next thing that we have to talk about. Vision is figuring out what the heck is going on in this Westview town, and the biggest he was suspicious from the beginning of this episode with what happened with Agnes, the reveal that she's using that Wanda is using her magic in front of her, and Vision is not okay with that. Then the biggest reveal was, of course, at his job, where he woke up. What's the name of that character?
Norm.
Norm. He wakes up Norm, which, wow, that scene. First of all, it was really creepy. When everybody was saying the thing that, who sent that? Darcy?
I think I think Darcy sent that to. I don't know if she sent it in Westview. I think that the machine just received the email. I think it was something like that.
So yeah, that one was creepy, and we find out that somebody is in Norm's head, but it doesn't say who.
Yeah.
He just says, she's in my head. It's nothing is mine in there. She's in my head. So is it Wanda? Is it Agnes? Is it somebody else? We don't know.
I think it was purposely. He didn't say her name.
Yeah.
I think it is somebody else. I think it's Agnes.
But I think that it's Wanda. I think Wanda has.
Wanda?
Yeah, I think that except Agnes, she has everybody under control. But it could be Agnes. It could be.
But we were also talking. I was like, what if somebody else is doing this and it's making Wanda believe like it's her?
It could be. It could be that.
Because like I said, her magic doesn't work on
the kids. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be like that she's manipulated to the degree that she thinks she's in control, but she is not.
Yeah, but I think if that's true, there's somebody even bigger than Agnes. I think there's a secret player that we haven't seen so far. So yeah, that was that scene was really creepy and really well acted by Norm, especially. I mean, the way he switched when Vision is like put him back to sleep, which in one way it was really interesting that Vision has the capability of doing that. If he's dead, and for some reason he is waking up because the synthezoid, whatever he is making him like himself again. I mean, I didn't know that he has that abilities. So was there somebody else doing that through him? I don't know. I was confused, but really excited to see what is going on. And of course, after that, Vision confronts Wanda, and that was the best scene of the show, in my opinion,
Mhm.
of that episode, just because how brilliantly did Wanda try to just end the episode, like roll the credits. No, 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 no,
Yeah,
no. I'm not having this conversation. And Vision is like, no, we have to talk about this. And we see them against each other. And I think that is not the last time we see that.
oh yeah, definitely.
I think maybe at the end, the biggest fight is gonna be between those two.
Yeah, I think so too, definitely.
And I think that in a way to save Wanda from whatever is happening, he's gonna sacrifice himself, and that's the last we see of our poor Vision, who is just dangling around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome to see that. But also, what was so amazing was Paul Bettany's delivery on, like, he doesn't know anything before Westview,
Hmm.
and the way he like showed how he afraid he is, I think it was brilliant. But then the moment comes when Wanda is trying to convince him and us, the audience, that she doesn't really know how the heck this is happening.
Yeah.
And I'm very conflicted. Should I believe her, or is there really somebody else? Because if she says, like, I don't know how the hell this thing even started.
Yeah.
I mean, I do understand why would she go for the corpse. I mean, it's her love and everything she wants. I mean, yeah, let's dangle him around. But if she wasn't the one who started it, there has to be somebody else there who is like on par with her. And was kind of like you said, that there's somebody else who's so good at manipulating that even Wanda believes she's doing that, and it's not actually Wanda's
I,
doing.
I think that I think I believe her in that moment. I
I
think
mean,
because even Vision says something similar when right before they leave the kitchen and go into the living room. I think he says like at first you also were confused by all of that, like you didn't know what was happening or something in that context. I think it is something else, some higher power at play here.
and also, like when Vision is like, the things that you're doing in here are wrong. You can see on Wanda's face that she knows that it's wrong,
Mm.
but because it is a depiction of her perfect life, she just doesn't want to leave that. And then, of course, the bell rings, and I was like, if you watch my reaction, I was like, oh my god, again Agnes, just back
Yeah.
off, like leave it alone. But then I was like, Agnes always barges in, like she doesn't
Mhm.
ring the bell, or
That's
if
right.
she
That's
does,
right. That's a good point. That's a
yeah,
good point.
and if she does, she's like, she immediately enters the room.
But you know what? That's a really good point. She always just barges in, like never knocks. I think that that is a good hint at her being in some kind of control,
Yeah.
like the fact that she doesn't need to knock or something. But I think she knocks in the first episode when
Yeah, the
she
only time that
delivers the
she
pineapple.
actually
Yeah,
rings the bell was at the beginning of the first episode,
yeah.
but she doesn't wait for Wanda to open the door. I think
Hmm.
she opens the door and then she knocks with the pineapple. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
after
but I
that
think
she's like,
yeah,
I'm in.
that's a really good hint. I think that there's something more to that. The fact that she doesn't knock, she just comes through the door. That's cool.
And then, of course, the bell dings. And first, before we go to the biggest thing of this episode,
Yeah.
Wanda is like, I didn't do that.
Hmm.
I mean, because so far, whenever anything went wrong, Wanda was like doing something to prevent it. Or was it a commercial? Was it like a ding? Or I don't know, something. But this time she says, I didn't do that. And of course, Vision is like, I don't believe you. After
Yeah.
what I've
I'm
seen,
ignoring the statistics or something like that.
something like that. I'm ignoring the statistics and I just don't believe you. And then, of course, we open the door. And I first thought that we are not gonna see it. I
Yeah.
knew something was like, oh my god, who's in front? Who's at the door? Who? What the? And then we cut to Darcy, and Darcy's like, who the? How? And then we see it, and before we see it, Vision says, who's this?
Yeah.
And then we see the back of the hair, and everybody's like screaming, being crazy. Oh my god, it's Quicksilver! It's Quicksilver!
Yeah.
It's Quicksilver! And then it pans around or cuts to the front of his character, and it is Quicksilver.
Yeah.
But it's Evan Peters. Evan fucking Peters from Fox X-Men. Yeah, I'm lost.
Yeah, I loved it. It's great. And people are saying, yeah, that's not Quicksilver. I don't know why he wouldn't be. Simply like, if you cast Evan Peters and he is playing Quicksilver, I don't think that is just like a funny nod to the audience and like, yeah, this actor from another universe of this. I think it is Pietro from different reality.
So, okay, I have a few questions here about Quicksilver, and you just say yes or no. Yeah, you ready? Is this Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver?
No.
Is this Quicksilver from the Fox universe?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay,
Because he's acting the same.
true that. Is somebody else impersonating as Quicksilver?
It could be true, but I don't think it is. And also, I heard people saying that it could be like the fact that because she says, I can bring people back to life. And with Vision, it's different because he's not a person. So maybe it's like the fact that because her real brother is dead, so she just like plucked another Pietro.
The closest
from a different-
Pietro.
Yeah, from another reality, and brought him into this reality.
So
That could be.
that was my
really
next
nice
question.
theory.
Is this Pietro like the closest Pietro that she could get?
Yeah, I think it's that.
Okay, next question. Is there somebody else who put this Pietro here? Not that it's impersonating, but that somebody else was like, oh, Quicksilver. She thought about Quicksilver. Oh my god, let's bring him back. Bam.
No, I kind of believe her that she didn't do that. But like, who could it be? Like, it's not the kids, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what the kids' powers are. Like she's.
I think something is wrong with your connection.
With my connection.
Yeah, everything is like going crazy now.
Oh.
Let me just. I'm gonna go to here and you refresh your. What is it? Discord.
Okay.
Bam! Now I'm alone. So. So yeah, Matitz was talking about this, or I did. I asked him a question that could somebody else put this Quicksilver in this world? It could be. And we have Matitz back. Is Matitz back? Is it back? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I can hear you as well. Well, that's the point of live streaming. You never know what's gonna go wrong. Yes, you're back. It's working. Okay. So we were talking about that somebody else could put this Quicksilver in this world, just because, like you said, our Quicksilver is dead, and that was the closest one. So that could be a thing.
Yeah, I think it's Fox's Quicksilver.
And there's another question and an awesome theory. If that's the thing, I'm like, good job, Kevin Feige. That's the most crazy thing, and in a way, logic thing that could happen. It's kind of convenient, but awesome. Is Evan Peters actually one of the residents in Westview, and now he's forced to be Quicksilver?
You're breaking my brain.
I mean, like Herb and Norm and everybody else, could Evan Peters be a resident of Westview? And she's like, "Oh, I have to do something to like break this vision shite." And Quicksilver, bam, and it's Evan Peters.
I don't think I don't think it is. Uh, I I don't know. I don't
I
know.
mean, that would be the biggest fu in the head, because now, so far, like right now, we are, oh, this has opened multiverse. If this is Fox's Evan Peters, Quicksilver, oh my God, when Wolverine is gonna appear, when Patrick
Yeah.
Stewart is gonna appear, blah blah blah. I mean, but if it's that multiverse, yeah, well, it is a thing, but it actually isn't, because this Evan Peters was just poor guy who lived here in West.
I think it's because people need to theorize so much and everything. Isn't it kind of obvious that it is multiverse if the Doctor Strange movie is called Multiverse of Madness?
I know, but nobody has said that. Well, it hasn't been confirmed that Fox characters are gonna appear in here, and that's the best nod
Yeah.
to that. Like, F you guys for thinking that we're gonna put the old X-Men in here. You know, this guy was just a poor guy living in this Westview village, and Wanda was like, he's the closest one. Let's make him Quicksilver.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that would be
So
really
you
funny.
think that he's mind controlled?
I mean, yeah, sure.
I don't. I don't know, man.
I mean, anyway, at the end of the day, whatever it is, we're gonna get some explanation probably in the next episode or the next few episodes. But I will say this: if he doesn't use his powers, he's not Quicksilver. He's just like, I don't know, Mephisto playing as Quicksilver, or maybe this guy that lives in Westview.
Could be.
I think that we have to see him use his powers to really be like, okay, he's Quicksilver. But it was an awesome moment, and it opened a huge, not just door, a freaking tunnel of possibilities, and what that means for the future of this show and for the future of MCU. Because if this is Fox's Quicksilver, Evan Peters playing Quicksilver, that means we can see absolutely anybody in the future of MCU. That means Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Ian McKellen as Magneto, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Hugh Jackman, Deadpool for sure, but Deadpool is already a character who bounces everywhere. So
But I think that's it. I think that just opens the possibilities. I think that's the intention here.
yeah, I think so too. I think this is Quicksilver from the Fox universe, and I think that explanation was that she somehow has the ability to like I don't know, scramble around multiverse, and he was the closest to pick.
Yeah.
And like you said, because she cannot bring death back, that's why it's not Aaron Taylor Johnson. And we got Evan Peters.
But do you think that Aaron Taylor Johnson will appear
Yes.
in this show?
Yes.
I think so too.
I think, I mean, the funny thing about this episode was when they were kind of like talking about what Wanda was doing when she was in Sokovia, and the whole radicalization of her over there, we didn't see Aaron Taylor Johnson. And I think that's on purpose.
Maybe.
I think that's on purpose, but who knows?
Because when you see that shot of the riots and everything, when they have the footage of her in Age of Ultron, when they show that footage in Age of Ultron, you can see Aaron Taylor Johnson there. So they have that. So they have him filmed there. So I don't know. It was definitely a choice to not show him, because it was very zoomed in image.
True that.
I don't know.
But I think that, like you said, it opens a tunnel of possibilities, and I think it's gonna get crazier and crazier. Like we've got 4 more episodes, maybe even 6 if there is that secret 10th episode that has been
So five,
five more. Oh yeah, five. Yeah, this was the fifth one. Yeah, five more.
or maybe even six.
Yeah, maybe it's 11 episodes. Who knows? But yeah, I think I am very excited. This is an awesome show, and I like how people are now changing their minds. Oh, maybe this weekly thing is the best. I mean, yes, it is the best in a sense that now I'm so excited. I want this next Friday to be tomorrow or today, and I cannot wait. And people are talking about this and like predicting and trying to get their theories right, and at the end of the day it's not the right theory.
Of course, and it also makes the like if this would be just like the entire season released at once, like we would watch it in that first day, and then we would have to wait for like 3 months or 2 months till the next show. And so it's kind of good that we are kind of like slowly, because time moves faster now and everything, so it's fun.
And we couldn't have this stream every single week. We would have like one stream that would be like 5 hours, and then that's it. But we are here talking every single Saturday.
Yeah, and also we were talking yesterday about this. If Aaron Taylor Johnson is in this, wouldn't you love to see both Quicksilvers fight?
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean,
boy,
I don't think that we had a cinematic Quicksters fight. Yeah. I mean, we had this one shot from Justice League where Flash and like Superman are like running and competing who's the faster. We had some speedsters fight in on the CW show Flash. There's like speedsters, but I want to see a cinematic fight between Quicksilver, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Quicksilver. I don't want to see them if they're both in an episode together. Don't be friends.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I don't want to hype myself up too much.
Yeah, I'm hyped already. But one more thing that we have to say is, why was Wanda so surprised that, well, she was surprised and shocked at the same time, and she was like, is that my Quicksilver, Pietro? Because he doesn't look like him. And also, if you noticed, Vision didn't know him, which is completely normal because he doesn't have any recollection of what happened before Westview. So he knew Pietro, but now he doesn't because he doesn't remember anything. But why do you think Wanda is like,
yeah, because he says like, can I have a hug or something? Stinking sister, long lost brother. It's because of that.
I mean, it was crazy. It was awesome. I was blown away by this episode. It opened the world not just for WandaVision and multiverse, but for Captain Marvel with all the Monica Rambeau things. Who the heck is Hayward? What is his agenda? There's so much. Cannot wait. 6th episode. Hopefully it's gonna be 2 hours long. And yeah, I'm so excited. But of course, in the chat, if you have any theories for us, let us know. We will disagree or agree, or maybe be something in between, but let us know what is your opinion on this episode. I mean, if I rate it, I'm now at a 10. This is a 10 for me. Because I have 0 complaints. We got more of both worlds, like outside, inside. Now it's all in the mix. So I loved it.
Nice.
And
I'm not gonna rate it.
Yeah, because you don't want to rate a show before it's...
Yeah. I'm gonna rate the full season when
and I
it's over.
Completely respect that. I think that's the way you should like rate things.
It's kind of like rating 20 minutes of a movie.
I mean, you can like a part of a movie, but you
of course, yeah.
But you cannot like say that the movie is bad if you only seen half of it or not even at all. So, I think cannot wait for the next episode. Oh, another question: was that the big cameo? that Paul Bettany and, well, the thing is,
No,
what
the
Paul
thing-
Bettany said could
Yeah.
be Evan Peters.
Why?
I mean, he said he wanted to work with this guy forever. And
Why
I'm
would it
sure
be
we're
Evan
gonna get...
Peters?
Yeah, why the heck not?
And maybe he's a big fan of American Horror Story. Yeah.
Yeah, what is that movie that he was like...
Never Back Down.
No. I don't remember. The movie where four
Kick-Ass?
college students are trying to
Oh yeah,
rob
American
a...
Animals. American Animals.
Maybe he's a fan of that. I don't know. But I'm sure we're gonna get more of Evan Peters in the next... Imagine that he's just gone. I was kind of like, what?
No, he's not gonna. He will be a player because he's in the credits at the
Yeah.
end. I think no, because that's not a cameo.
Well, but that's the
Elizabeth
thing.
Olsen said-
Elizabeth Olsen was talking about a cameo. Paul Bettany
Yeah.
was talking about an actor that he wanted to work with forever.
Yeah, but that could also mean cameo.
Could be, but not necessarily.
Yeah.
So-
So to both of these questions, no and no. I don't think that's the cameo, and I don't think that's the actor that Paul Bettany really likes.
I think that a cameo means like maximum of 10 minutes of screen time. I don't know.
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Maybe not even that. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes. But maybe Paul Bettany is just a huge fan of Evan Peters. Who knows? He knows. But yeah, anyway, I think we went through everything. Do you have any expectations for the next episode except just give me it today?
I think it's gonna kick ass.
Oh, like literally. So Chloe Grace Moretz is gonna appear.
No, I think that Aaron Taylor Johnson will appear.
Imagine if the next episode has...
we already have Evan Peters, so
Oh my god. Imagine Chloe Grace Moretz appears for some reason.
yeah, that would be awesome. Man.
That would be awesome, man. Well, yeah. I mean, if that's it, if we went through everything...
You know what? It's not it.
Okay.
Because I have a bone to pick with you,
Oh.
or more accurately with YouTube. So if anybody knows, yesterday me and Mario shot a movie reaction to a new movie out on Netflix, Malcolm and Marie.
Yeah.
And Mario was the one editing the reaction and everything. And the idea was for us to both upload it. And it's the same reaction, just like the intro and the outro were just
Different,
like,
and thumbnail is a bit different.
adjusted to our channels.
Yeah, and thumbnail is different.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is...
Your video is up.
Yeah.
Normally.
And Matthias has
Yeah,
it
and
blocked.
my video got blocked.
And
So
it's the
thanks,
same
YouTube.
video.
Yeah,
I
the
mean-
reaction portion is completely the
Yeah.
same.
So if you wonder why YouTubers are always upset with YouTube and their copyright and thing is, that's the reason. We have the same video, the same reaction video, just different thumbnail, and it's differently made for a particular channel, which means the intro is different. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
that's
but
different.
that's our content.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the copyrighted.
Yeah, because the reaction part is copyrighted.
Yeah.
But it's the same, and Matisse got it blocked, and mine is up. So if you feel free and if you have time, watch it on my channel. I mean, yeah, it's dumb. It's so effing dumb.
Yeah.
And I mean, we had a lot of problems with copyright with Mandalorian. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
that was the biggest for me.
yeah, I mean, my first episode was like blocked 4 different times. I didn't know anymore what to do with it, and it's all in fair use, so not more than 10 minutes of content, and it, for some reason, it didn't work. You had a lot of problems. The second episode of Mandalorian was like did 100 views for me, which is which is weird.
Yeah, I also have a very poor tracking on that one.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, YouTube, you know,
It's
the
weird.
algorithms and everything, and the copyright ID. Just it's so weird.
yeah, and it doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
But so far, we didn't have a lot of problems with WandaVision.
Yeah, only one episode for me was problematic.
So far, I'm gonna knock on wood. my head.
So if any people are wondering why there's why my videos are like a little transparent and there is a big title over the screen, and also
I
yours,
do the same. Yeah.
it's because of the copyright ID.
Yeah, because I saw a few comments. Why do you have WandaVision over the like the show? I mean,
Yeah.
well, that's the way that this automatic copyright thing, it doesn't notice what I'm having in my video, because then it blocks my video, and then it takes like to 30 days that they will unblock it, which is very nice. But yeah, for both of us, the last episode did wonders in views. So thank you all.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like the new subscribe, I like gained 60 subscribers in a day, which is probably the best day on YouTube for me.
Yeah.
So awesome, awesome things. And yeah, I mean, we said everything. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Matitz, yet again for being here. We
No
talked
problem.
a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff, and we're gonna be back next Saturday with episode 6, where Patrick Stewart is gonna appear and say, I don't know what, something.
You know what he's gonna say? He's gonna say, "Fuck you, Logan."
And then Wolverine is gonna appear, and everybody's gonna lose their mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this stream. And like I said, next Saturday we are gonna be back, and we see you then. Bye bye.
Karate chop.